Hi guys, welcome back to the Butterfly Effect podcast. Today we will be looking at Jessie Buckley's Supermassive Games interviews about The Devil in Me and picking out 8 things we can take away from them. Did Jessie Buckley just spoil a potential Supermassive Games? Now, if you looked at our previous videos, you would notice that Jack and I have a strong theory one of the upcoming Supermassive Games and Dark Picture Anthologies will be about the Mothman. So Jessie Buckley says it's all to do with Irish folklore, and there could be a game set in Ireland. Now, this could easily be Craven Manor Intercession. 3 reasons this could be is that Nick in the Quarry wears a shirt called Mannington, which is in West Virginia, a strong place where Mothman folklore takes place. Salim OTHMAN has the word Mothman in his full name, and Ireland is located on Salim's map. All of these are just too strong of connections for us, and we think Jessie Buckley might have secretly revealed or spoilt what could possibly be an upcoming DPA game. Second thing to take away is Jessie Buckley's acting ability. Now, it's no secret that she's an Oscar winner, so she must have good acting pedigree, and it's really exciting to see what she can bring forward to the table. We've already had great actors such as Shawn Ashmore and Will Poulter, but there's something about Jessie Buckley that really intrigues me. I've not really seen many of her films or series, but it should be really good. We already know that her accent is spot on, as in the interviews you can tell she has a really strong Irish accent, but it's completely gone and she pulls off a really convincing American accent in the trailers. And she's also throughout the interviews been dubbed as the owner of the best scream, which should complement the horror theme very nicely. Third thing to mention, and it's very interesting, but Jessie Buckley is not a fan of video games nor horror films. So firstly, she's mentioned she's never touched a video game in her life, which is very different to the likes of, say, Siobhan Williams, who plays Laura in The Quarry, who was a massive Until Dawn fan and auditioned her heart out to get the role. But Jessie Buckley also said that she's not a fan of horror films after an incident with her dad. Nonetheless, though, this should be interesting to see an external perspective come in from such a raw acting background who does a lot of theatre. Now, she was very intrigued by the massive script and the camera hat she had to wear. It would just be interesting to see how she does. I also wanted to mention female power. She mentions the coolest moment she got to do in the game was when her, Erin, and Jamie get to outfox Dumet as they run away from him in a barn type setting. Now, this is interesting as this is the first DPA game which shows 3 females versus 2 males, so it's going to be the first predominantly female game. It almost looks like they're trying to lean into a female power angle, and it's great to see. I think Supermassive Games has quite a big female audience, and it's nice to reward them that by giving them not only 3 characters, but a cool in-game scene where they could possibly outfox the killer and get one up on Charles Dumet. Next is relationships. Now, it's super interesting to see that not only can the relationships change as always, but this is something that was very predominant in the games like Until Dawn, where we actually see relationship bars. Now, it's not confirmed whether they're bringing this back. However, Jessie Buckley strongly mentioned you can have very different endings. For example, with the ex-boyfriend Mark, you can possibly get back together, but it can also end quite hostile, possibly affecting life and death. She mentions one of her favourite characters is Erin, who is dubbed as a sweetheart. She mentions Jamie and how she'd like to be as cool as her. We see from these added footage clips that Jamie and Kate have quite an interesting relationship, quite bantery and snipey, but at the same time it looks like they can become quite good friends if you choose to save one another and have each other's backs. Then there's Charlie, and it also seems like this relationship here can be quite hostile. You can see that Kate already has a snipe at him for smoking cigarettes, teasing him about his lungs. But also you can see Charles having a tantrum in one of the other trailers. Now, I wonder what the source of this hostility is going to come from. We note that Jessie's quite an ambitious character. Could it be that Charlie's capping her ambitions and the possibilities of the show? Or could it be that there's a potential direction clash and they want the show to go in different directions? The next is settings. Now, Jessie Buckley commented quite a lot on how you think the room's one thing and then it will change into another. Now, we saw this from the gameplay trailer, whether you've got moving walls or floors that cave in, that kind of stuff. However, Jessie Buckley really mentioned it, and it's going to be interesting, and I'm definitely, after this interview, going to play this game, looking at walls and really paying attention to what could possibly be a hidden wall or a secret entrance, because I find that really fascinating. Supermassive Games Instagram have already done quite a good job at teasing some of the rooms. Jessie Buckley mentions the level of detail that goes into each room. Now, the Instagrams mentions the pool, the spa, the bar. There's quite a lot of different environments we get to see, and it's really nice to see the amount of intricacies and detail they've really piled into these few locations. So yeah, I'm just really intrigued to check in at the Murder Hotel. I don't know about you guys, but this could potentially be the best game they have yet, and perhaps the best in terms of setting and intricacies. Another thing worth mentioning is Kate Wilder's as a character. So Jessie Buckley drops a few words for her personality traits. Apparently she's front and center, but she has a human side and vulnerabilities despite being a fighter, and she's also very ambitious. Now, it sounds like a very cool character, a very real character, one that's already going to have a lot more depth than a lot of the past DPA characters, where I have strongly criticised in the past for not having enough depth and time to explore them. I already think that this Kate Wilder character could be one of the favourites going forward. The last thing to mention is that Jessie Buckley mentioned she might one day present a show in Ireland about a LEEK festival. So, although she's only joking, it's worth noting, guys, if you're in the Ireland area and there's a LEEK festival on the horizon, hey, you might want to go and you might be able to meet Jessie Buckley. That's it for me, guys. Tell me what you think about The Devil in Me and these interviews. Do you think there's merit to what I'm saying about maybe the Mothman being a potential future game and that Jessie Buckley's potentially dropped us a little Easter egg? Are you excited to see Jessie Buckley play Kate Wilder, and do you think her performance is going to be really good? And tell us a little bit about what you think of the game and what you think's going to be in it, maybe any points that I've missed. It's been a pleasure covering this for you guys. We've got less than a month till The Devil in Me comes out. I can barely hold in the excitement. It's going to be such an interesting kind of time for me to be able to play that game and show you guys my choices. But until now, my name's been Liam, and it's been a pleasure talking to you about The Devil in Me and Jessie Buckley's interviews. I'll see you in the next one, guys.